Did you wake up with a feeling you just couldn't explain? As if the air felt different, like an invisible weight had taken over the space around you. Maybe you felt a chill out of nowhere, a pressure in your chest, a strange emotion rising for no reason, as if something was trying to speak to you, without using words. And for a few seconds, you were certain something is happening, but no one else sees it. That feeling is real. You into a frequency that few people can sense. It wasn't your imagination. It was a calling, and it found you. Today is not just another day. Today, a few are being activated even without fully understanding it. While the world runs distracted, you paused. You felt it. And even though you tried to ignore it, something deep inside was calling. Something only the awakened can recognize. Because this kind of calling doesn't come from the mind. It comes from the ancient memory of your soul. If you're here right now, listening to this, it's because your soul sensed something before your mind could catch up. You felt it, and that feeling brought you to this message. But what's truly happening hasn't even begun to be revealed. And when it is, you'll understand why only the awakened can feel it before anything takes shape. Not everyone notices when this frequency appears. Most people feel something strange for just a moment, and then get distracted. The phone buzzes, routine calls, the world gets loud. And that subtle sensation, the one that could change everything, fades before it's ever understood. But with you, it was different. You didn't just feel it. You carried it with you throughout the day, as if something inside was watching. As if a quiet part of your soul was whispering, "Pay attention. This is real." And now, here you are, in front of this message. Even if you think you clicked on it by chance, it wasn't chance. It was attraction. This frequency doesn't choose just anyone. It recognizes. It resonates with souls who've never felt like they truly fit into this world. With people who have always looked around and thought, "Why does everything feel so strange to me?" Maybe you grew up in silence, feeling different, seeing what no one else seemed to see, sensing too much. Maybe you tried to hide it, or maybe you blamed yourself, thinking something was wrong with you. But now you know there was never anything wrong. What you called sensitivity was spiritual perception. What you called loneliness was preparation. And what others called weakness was simply your strength, still asleep. You're one of those who feel the world's pain even when everything looks calm, who step into a room and sense the energy before noticing the people, who look at the sky and feel like something is moving up there, even if no one else sees it. That's your spiritual sensitivity. And now, it's awakening. If this is resonating with you, don't ignore it. It was meant to reach you now, not earlier, not later, exactly now. You're hearing this because your soul recognized the calling. And this calling doesn't speak with words. It vibrates, it pulses, it moves through your chest, gives you chills, stirs your emotions. Sometimes, you feel like crying without knowing why. Other times, a deep peace washes over you, and you can't explain where it came from. That's the field. That's the activation beginning. Not everyone will understand this frequency, but you did. That's why you're here. There's nothing left to prove, only to remember. And now that you've remembered, it's time to see the signs your body has already begun to show. Some are subtle, others impossible to ignore. And in the next moments, you'll begin to recognize them all. Now that remembering has begun, your body speaks with more clarity. And maybe it has been trying to speak for a long time, you just didn't know how to listen. This tiredness you feel isn't just physical. No matter how much you rest, how long you sleep, it stays with you. It's energetic exhaustion, like a constant, invisible weight pressing down on your field. And you feel it, even when no one else sees. At night, everything becomes more intense. You wake up between 3 and 5 a.m. without any clear reason. It's not just a sleep disorder, it's a calling. The clock hits that hour with an almost supernatural precision, and something inside you awakens, before your thoughts do, as if the silence of night had something urgent to reveal. As if a presence was there, waiting for you to listen, not with ears, but with the soul. Maybe you felt that pressure in your chest that comes and goes, or that sudden emotion rising from nowhere, tears out of the blue, a deep need to retreat, a soft tightness, as if something was trying to come out or come in, and then a chill runs through your body. It's not cold, it's not fear, It's something else. It's pure energy moving through you. And then comes that feeling you almost never speak about. The feeling of being watched, even when you're alone, even in the dark, even in complete silence. It's not madness, it's awareness. It's as if the veil between what's visible and what's invisible is getting thinner, and you're starting to see with more than just your eyes. Your sensitivity is growing. You're becoming more selective about what you consume, where you go, and who you spend time with. Crowded places seem to drain your life force. Intense people exhaust you emotionally. Environments with heavy energy trigger an immediate physical discomfort, as if your soul is rejecting that frequency. Loud sounds irritate you. Artificial light feels invasive. All you want is silence, nature, truth. Your body is showing you that it's adjusting to a new vibration. And that's not all. You start forgetting names, getting confused with simple tasks. But at the same time, your intuition sharpens. You sense things before they happen. You think of someone, and they show up. You dream dreams that feel more real than the morning itself. You keep seeing repeating numbers 1111, 2222, 333. You hear words spoken out loud that echo thoughts you never shared. It's as if the universe is answering questions you didn't know you were asking. You feel a strong desire to pull away, to spend more time with yourself, to stop forcing smiles, explanations, or trying to keep up with the pace of others. Sometimes you wonder if you're acting strange, but deep down, you're just becoming more aligned with your truth. You're trading noise for silence, crowds for solitude, surface for depth. All of this has a name: vibrational transition. Your body is reacting to the energy of something far greater, like an antenna being tuned. You're picking up signals from a new reality that's already surrounding you, but only those who are awake can truly perceive it. These symptoms, physical, emotional, spiritual, they're not random. They're confirmations. Your system is shifting. Your field is opening. Your soul is quietly saying, something is happening, and you're ready to see it. It's like a part of you is coming out of silent mode, as if your soul has reactivated an ancient radar, one that can sense what your eyes can't see. You're being trained vibrationally, even without realizing it. The universe is whispering, and now, you've finally started to listen. And know this, you're not alone. There are others like you, awakening in silence, feeling the same symptoms, living the same signs. This isn't personal, it's collective. It's a wave of activation sweeping through those who carry an ancient calling. And now that you've remembered, the next step is understanding why. Everything you're feeling, it didn't start with you. It's a reflection of something much larger, much deeper, something happening right now, in an invisible layer of reality. We're living in a moment where Earth's energy field is shifting. This isn't theory. It's not empty mysticism. It's real vibration, frequency, movement. A process that crosses dimensions, dissolving old patterns and activating codes that have been dormant for thousands of years. Imagine reality as a vast vibrational web. For a long time, this web was compressed. Access to higher realms was like trying to see the sky on a foggy night. You knew something was there, but you couldn't see it clearly. You could feel it, but not understand. You received echoes, fragments, distortions. But now, the veil is thinning. It's as if the fog between the worlds is starting to lift. And with it, the energetic grid of the planet is vibrating at a new frequency, higher, purer, closer to what your soul has always known as truth. This new pulse is moving through everything, and the first to feel it were the ones who were already tuned in, even before birth. That's why you feel what you feel. Because without knowing it, your soul is already aligning with this new vibration. This transition isn't visible. It's happening in the subtle, in the deep, in the unseen. And those who are sensing it are already crossing into a new spiritual timeline. Yes, multiple realities are coexisting right now. Some are still stuck in fear, in chaos, in the illusion of separation. Others are vibrating in quiet love, expansion, clarity. And that's the space you're beginning to walk in, even if the world around you still looks the same. You look at people and feel like you're seeing them through glass. What used to make sense no longer does. Little things bother you. Old truths fall apart. Relationships unravel. You're not becoming unstable. You're being deprogrammed. This is the real rupture. The soul detaching from dense timelines so it can take on its mission in a higher field. Yes, mission. Because you didn't come here by accident. You came with a purpose, a calling sealed before your very first breath. And now, that memory is starting to pulse again inside you. Have you felt that time feels different? That days go by fast, but emotions feel more intense? That your perception is sharper? That's not your imagination. Linear time is collapsing. And with it, new windows are opening for those vibrating beyond the frequency of fear. You are one of them. While many are still being pulled into stories of panic, conflict, and separation, you're starting to see through the heart, to feel more deeply, to choose more consciously. What's happening now is the opening of collective vibrational portals. They have no physical form, no label, but they're opening inside every soul willing to cross through. Those who feel this didn't get chosen by chance. They were remembered because they made a silent pact with their own consciousness. When the time comes, I will rise from within. And that time has come. This new frequency isn't just visiting Earth, it's settling in. With it comes the acceleration of cycles, the release of deep pain, the breaking of masks, and the birth of a new vibrational identity. You're not losing control, you're losing what once controlled you. What was crumbling inside you wasn't a collapse. It was liberation. Everything that's breaking down right now is being realigned. And if, in the middle of all this, you've felt confused, know this: you're not lost, you're awakening. And in a world where most are still asleep, the first to see the light often feel afraid. But then they understand all of this is a calling to remember who you are. Earth was never just a planet. It's a vibrational school, a deep experience in the evolution of consciousness. And very few, just a rare few, are able to access the hidden plane of existence while still here. But now, that plane is being revealed, and you are among the first to see. And know this: there are others like you, scattered across the world, awakening in silence, feeling the same things, noticing the same changes. You are not alone. You are part of something much greater, a living, invisible, yet deeply connected web. If you keep listening, feeling, allowing, you'll start to realize that everything is conspiring to help you fully awaken. But pay attention. This opportunity won't come twice in the same way. It's here, now. And those who answer the call will be forever changed. What you felt today is a vibrational echo of something much greater drawing near. And if you stay with this message until the end, something within you will remember why you came here. You are being activated. And what you're feeling is not imagination, not drama, not emotional imbalance. It's your energy field responding to a frequency that doesn't belong to the ordinary world, a subtle, ancient frequency that only those who carry a timeless soul code can pick up with such intensity. This activation doesn't come from outside, not from teachers, course, or rituals. It comes from within. It's silent, internal, organic, and yet so powerful that it completely transforms how you feel the world, how you perceive time, how you see yourself. It's as if an ancient flame is being reignited inside you, a spark that's always been there, quiet and asleep, but now has found the right field to awaken. This energy has arrived in many forms. It showed up in dreams that left you wondering, that wasn't just a dream. In strange encounters, in synchronicities, in the urge to be alone, in the discomfort with superficial things, in the loss of interest in distractions, in the long silences that now feel sacred, in the moments when you sensed something greater was approaching, even without knowing what to call it. You are changing. Something inside you is reorganizing. Your perception is sharper, your sensitivity more intense, your intuition more accurate. Even without understanding it logically, you feel something is happening within you, and it's not by chance, it's activation. And most importantly, you are not alone. Thousands of others are going through the same process right now. Some still mistake this sensitivity for anxiety. Others think they're sick, exhausted, or lost. But they're not. They're awakening. They're being drawn inward just like you. The difference is that now you know, you recognize, you understand what's moving inside of you. This is not weakness. It's refinement, not loneliness. It's vibrational retreat, not crisis. It's transition. Everything in you is being adjusted, repositioned, aligned with a field that can't be seen with the eyes, but that your soul already recognizes with clarity. You didn't come to this video by accident. You were guided, drawn, by a living, intelligent, invisible frequency, one that moves through time and finds those who made a silent promise in a higher plane that they would remember. And now, you're remembering. And that memory comes with responsibility. Because activation is only the beginning. It's not the end. It's the first step of your mission. And that mission is not about saving the world out there. It's about anchoring light within you. It's about becoming the point of coherence in a world that's unraveling. It's about holding a steady frequency while everything around you shifts. Maybe you've felt the urge to change your habits, to eat more cleanly, to go to bed earlier, to spend more time in silence, to reconnect with nature, to say no without guilt, to feel gratitude for simple things. All of this is part of the activation. These are signs that your body is adapting to a new frequency. And it doesn't stop there. You might feel chills for no reason, heat waves, pressure in your head, a pulsing in the center of your chest. These are codes being activated in your body. Your spiritual DNA is responding. Your soul is reorganizing memories. And your body is following along. You didn't come here to absorb the chaos of the world. You came to hold a new frequency in silence. And now that this frequency is already active within you, the next step is not to understand it with your mind. It's to remember with your heart. Activation doesn't require you to be ready. It only asks that you be present, even with doubt, even with fear. Because it's not the mind that crosses this threshold, it's the soul. And the moment you choose to feel instead of trying to figure it out, you stop merely surviving and begin truly existing. You've been remembered, reactivated, realigned, and now you must decide what you'll do with it. You've crossed the point of no return, maybe without noticing, but something inside you has already stepped into the other side. And now, you're standing in the space between worlds, between who you've been and who you are becoming, between the old identity and the new frequency that is quietly being born inside your being. This crossing doesn't happen all at once. It comes in layers. It begins with small disconnections, a discomfort with things you once tolerated, a sudden sensitivity with no explanation, a growing desire to withdraw from everything that doesn't resonate. Little by little, the old begins to dissolve. People, places, habits, desires, and even thoughts that no longer make sense start falling away. It's as if your soul is clearing the land, preparing the field for something new to land safely. But crossing is not easy. It's like walking across an invisible bridge where, with each step forward, the ground disappears behind you. There are moments when you miss the familiar, even knowing it no longer fits. And moments when you fear what hasn't yet revealed itself, even though something in you knows you're going in the right direction. That's the crossing. The exact point where old certainties die, to give space for living awareness. You may have noticed that some people have drifted away, or that you yourself can no longer stay in certain places. This isn't arrogance. It's not judgment. It's your vibrational field adjusting. Your frequency is repelling what no longer supports your path. And even though it may feel like loneliness, it's spiritual protection. You're moving through layers that most people haven't even begun to notice. You're clearing old patterns, emotional structures, invisible contracts passed down through generations. That's why sometimes the journey feels quiet. But quiet doesn't mean alone. Others are crossing too. They exist. They're spread across the world, awakening, clearing, healing. And like you, they're feeling everything without fully knowing what's coming. But they keep going. Because this journey isn't about having certainty, it's about trusting. Trusting that something greater is guiding each step even when logic can't explain it. During this crossing, you lose things, but you also gain vision. You start to see the games, the repeating cycles, the illusions. You begin to understand that what was holding you back on the outside was only reflecting what still held you inside. And with this new clarity, you start choosing differently. You don't want to repeat anymore. You want to evolve. And even without knowing your final destination, you keep going because you know you're no longer where you were. That's why sometimes it feels like everything around you is falling apart. But it's not the end, it's the necessary collapse of what no longer matches your frequency. It's the dismantling of what no longer reflects who you are. And yes, it might hurt. But the new cannot be built upon old foundations. The new needs space. And that's why the universe, in its wisdom, is removing from your life everything that no longer belongs on your soul's path. You are between worlds, and that is an honor. Not everyone chooses to cross consciously. Many only change after everything has already collapsed. But not you. You listened before the fall. You moved before the pain became unbearable. You crossed with presence. And now, the old no longer holds you. The new hasn't fully arrived. But you're exactly where you're meant to be, in the very space where the magic happens. In the vibrational portal between who you were and who you came here to be. And even if part of you wants to go back, there's nowhere to go. The old no longer recognizes you. Your field has changed. Your body feels it. Your vibration is already tuned to a new frequency. You're not being tested. You're being refined. This passage isn't a trial. It's a rebirth. And those who cross with courage activate a version of themselves that can never be forgotten. Breathe. Honor what you're leaving behind. And walk with trust toward what's being born. Now that you've crossed, you need to make a choice. You can't pretend nothing is happening anymore. Because it is. And you know it. Your body feels it. Your soul is pleading. Your field doesn't vibrate like it used to. And no matter how much your mind tries to explain it away, something inside you already understands. The calling has come, and ignoring it is no longer a harmless option. Yes, you can keep living as if nothing changed. You can wake up tomorrow and drown in routine. You can go back to listening to outside voices. You can convince yourself that all of this was just a phase, but know this: a calling like this never returns in the same way. You can feel it. It's like something inside you is counting down, a sacred urgency, a time that isn't marked by clocks, but by the soul. And when the soul calls and you don't respond, it goes quiet. But that silence isn't peace, it's emptiness. It's a vibrational loss. It's like forgetting a language only you knew how to speak. And so, even surrounded by people, you start feeling more and more distant from everything. Not because something went wrong, but because you didn't answer what was right. You know what's happening, even without all the answers. You feel it, and feeling is the new knowing. This portal you've accessed won't remain open forever. The crossing that has begun must be completed. And the greatest risk now isn't taking a wrong turn, it's going back. It's denying what's already been activated. It's trying to fit again into a life that no longer vibrates with your essence. The universe doesn't force, it invites. But the soul's invitations have a vibrational window. They don't knock forever. They arrive and wait. If you don't open, they move on. And when that happens, something within you hardens. Sensitivity fades. Intuition dims. Connection weakens. And you begin living in spiritual autopilot, present in the body, absent in awareness. That's why this is a sacred moment. A time for deep listening. For a real choice. You are standing at a vibrational fork in the road. Continue expanding, or return to sleep. But be aware, going back to what once was will not bring the same comfort, because now you've seen, you've felt, you've crossed. And once you awaken even just a little, you can never again fit into a small life. If you ignore what's happening inside you now, you'll realize that nothing satisfies you anymore. You'll keep searching outside for what can only be activated within. You'll distract yourself, stay busy, numb the feeling, but you won't feel whole. This journey doesn't require you to understand everything. It only asks that you honor what you already know. And what you already know can no longer be denied. This video didn't appear by chance. This moment didn't come for no reason. The right frequency found you at the exact time. And now, your soul is asking for a decision. Not to please anyone, not to follow a ready-made path, but to return to your own rhythm, your own truth, your center. There are people who feel the calling for an entire lifetime and still ignore it. These people don't truly live, they only survive inside a reality disconnected from the soul. Because time may pass, but the emptiness remains, and there comes a point when the universe stops knocking and starts pushing. Those who don't choose will be chosen by the strongest frequency around them, and that frequency is not always light. The call has been made, and its echo will follow you until you answer.